said, a really physical football team, one that we've been looking forward to playing, or I've been looking forward to for quite some time. I like that type of football, that tough physical football. It's exactly we caught a glimpse of it last week against Lawrence County. So, understanding and going in knowing it's going to be a physical football game, you've got to be able to get excited about that. Our kids are excited about it. Once again, had a great week of practice and have shored some things up. But offensively, you got a couple of different sets that you're going to see this week, and also just continuing to polish and get better at the things that we've done in the past. Oh, well, there's no doubt that they like to bring pressure. They're kind of like an old Majors guy. Majors says you can either feel pressure and apply. So they definitely go in and apply pressure. They like to stunt linebackers. They move some key guys around on their defense, from defensive end to linebacker to tackle. They've got a couple guys they'll move just about anywhere, looking for the mismatch. So that's something that you can definitely, and you'll be able to see that from the stands tonight. Well, there's no doubt Greenbrier, they've got some lineage in the wing T. Now, it's not the wing T. It's not exactly what they run, but you can definitely see that that's their persona. That's where they're from. I'm sure that coach grew up in a wing T program, so you see a lot of wing T-ish things in their offense. So you can look for tonight as far as having success on the play. They'll run the same play back to back 2-3 times in a row. All right, try to catch off guard. They'll try to tempo us from time to time. A lot of pulling linemen, a lot of pulling guards. Our guys, what we've got to do is not give up the big play, which was a problem that we struggled with last week. Two, being able to grind out in the middle for just a little bit more, lowering the level of tackling, all right, and not allowing those extra yards as we roll. Well, as far as size-wise on offense and defense, we're used to being right now. We're used to being outmatched right there. We're used to being smaller than some of our opponents. It doesn't mean they're better than us. All right, we like to attack it that way, and we kind of take it with a chip on our shoulder. The special teams game is definitely somewhere that I feel like we've got another great chance to be way better than our opponent, and we need to just be able to take advantage of it. We're a couple of blocks away last Friday from springing a few, and got to do a better job catching the ball when we have our opponent punt, and not allowing for extra yardage with the ball bouncing around, helping our offense out a little bit as we go. So some things in the kicking game this week that we'll pull out of our bag. You know, got a little bag of tricks, so might pull some of those out this week and bring home a win. Hey, listen, guys, sure hope you're here at Greenbrier with us. If for some reason you weren't able to make it, make sure you tune in tonight. Don't miss the kickoff from Channel 23. And as always,
welcome
go
to
Wildcats.
Greenbrier High School in Greenbrier, Tennessee. And welcome to the Light Tube Sports Network production of Tullahoma Wildcat football. Tonight, Region 5 4A contest between your visiting Tullahoma Wildcats and the home team, the Greenbrier Bobcats. Greenbrier takes the field. We're about 6 minutes or so away from kickoff here in beautiful Robertson County, Tennessee, just up Interstate 24 and 65. Not a bad drive at all. Ken Keller along with Scott Chastain. Well, that's a big game for both these teams, Ken, because playoff opportunities are dwindling, especially for the Tullahoma Wildcats. For either team, really, it's a must-win game, but for Tullahoma, it's more of a must-win.
Yeah, that's it's survival mode, and you're right. Just a key game for both teams for playoff possibilities for that number 4 spot. Right now, Pearl Cone, sitting 7-0 in the region. Marshall County 5-1 behind them. Creekwood and Greenbrier both 4-2. Lawrence County 3-3. THS 4-4. So essentially, Tullahoma's got to win tonight here at Greenbrier. Beat the 2G teams, Greenbrier, and then senior night next week against Glencliff. If we can do that, hopes are slim. Got to get some help, but still possibility potential.
Need some help from some unlikely helpers like Hillwood.
Yes.
Not a good helper. Tullahoma comes in here tonight without Jackson Sheffield. He is not dressed out for this contest. Ken, that's a big loss at running back and linebacker.
Well, it sure is. Offensively, he gets you the tough yardage in the run game, can run inside and outside, great balance and vision. We've seen him the past couple of years just do a great job. And then, catching passes out of the backfield. So he's a true dual threat. He can run the ball, he can catch it, and he's a weapon on the offensive side of the ball. And then defensively, he's really spearheaded the defense. He's been a key performer on that side of the ball. So, we didn't have him Pearl Cone. It looks like we may not have him tonight too. So that's big.
Yeah, that's your middle linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
The captains are out on the field and waiting to participate in the coin toss. Mr. Keller, your keys to victory for the Wildcats tonight?
Well, it's the Wildcats against the Bobcats, Scott. So who are the hungriest cats tonight? My cats, I got a couple cats at the house. They like to eat Meow Mix, Purina Cat Chow, Little Friskies. So let's eat. That's the acronym we're going to use tonight, EATE. Enjoy the experience. The high school years go so fast. Have fun, play loose, enjoy the experience. Wildcats. A, attitude determines altitude. It's a popular Zig Ziglar quote. You're not gauged by how many times you get knocked down in life, but how many times you get back up. And lastly, T, teamwork. Block out the noise, love your football brothers, and play as one. Who's going to eat tonight? Is it the Bobcats or the Wildcats?
It's interesting as we get down here toward the end of the season. Your keys to victory have evolved from specific things to a little more general concepts, such as enjoy and teamwork.
Yeah, and this is a young team. We knew it was going to be rebuilding. And look, the dichotomy of this game is just totally different than last year. We came into the Greenbrier game, the last game of the season last year, on senior night, next to last year. If we win that, we have 2 undefeated regular seasons in a row. We come to this game really limping in 3-5, looking to get to 500, finish the season out with 2 wins and have a slim shot at playoff possibilities.
So Tullahoma was very limited last week offensively. In fact, Jackson Sheffield was the majority of the offense. So what do you look for from the Wildcats tonight? Mason Bratcher maybe get back on track with that passing game. I think still some confusion in Tullahoma circles about exactly what it was we saw last week when it comes to offense.
Yeah, sure. I think as far as replacing Sheffield, we may go running back by committee, maybe see Evan Tomlin back there, Ryan Denby, Jack Dameron at running back, maybe those 3 guys, just share the load. And then you're right, we have to get our receivers back involved. Ethan Hargrove in the passing game along with Malik Grizzard and Kai Johnson and big easy money, Ezra Myers from that tight end position. If we can do that, I think we can move the ball successfully tonight on offense.
Captains tonight for Tullahoma, number 9, Ethan Hargrove, 5'11", 160 junior, and number 16, Zane Hoff, 6'1", 170, a senior. So the coin is being tossed in the middle of the field here at Greenbrier. A little disappointed in the crowd. I expected this place to be full on the home side. It's not. Tullahoma brought a decent contingent of 100 fans or so, plus the Tullahoma band is here, not in uniform. They're just here, so that's awesome. Maybe both bands are going to play together. I don't know.
Yeah.
Tullahoma.
And some good news on the defensive side of the ball. Colby Tucker could be back tonight for the Wildcats at that linebacker position, and he's played well all year, been out a few weeks, with a knee problem, but hopefully we get him back tonight and he can continue to do good things in that defense that he started so well to begin the season.
Tullahoma has won the toss and will receive the football to open this game. The Wildcats are dressed in all white with black helmets and cardinal numbers. Greenbrier is in all green. They got a very Michigan State looking, all green with green helmets and white numerals. The Bobcats are already on the field. We appreciate you tuning in, whether you're watching back in Tullahoma on LightTube Channel 23 or listening around the world on LightTube YouTube. It's always fun to say it's football time in Tullahoma. We are enclosed in the press box, so you're just going to hear muffled sound outside of us tonight. And we hope you enjoy the contest. Tell your friends about it. Tullahoma should be playing desperate for the playoff lives.
Yeah, and they'll be facing one of the top defenders that they faced all season in the Tennessee commit, Nathan Robinson, number 19 at tight end. So he's outside linebacker, defensive end. So we'll see him showcased early in this game. Tullahoma's going to have to find a way to block him and keep him off our quarterback tonight, Scott.
Well, he's only 6'6", 270.
Yeah.
You expect big things from him?
Yeah, 6'6", 270. You know, when I saw that size, I remember a prototypical defensive end that looked similar in size to him coming out of high school, young man by the name of Will Overstreet. I know you remember him, just a fantastic defensive end, one of the best ever at Tennessee. I believe he was out of the state of Mississippi. So keep an eye on 19, Nathan Robinson tonight for the Bobcats. He'll be a load.
Greenbrier set to kick it off. Tullahoma will move left to right here in the first quarter. Ethan Hargrove and Kai Johnson back to receive the kick for the Wildcats. Let's see if Tullahoma get a good start offensively. Get back on track to what we saw against Hillwood. There's a short kick. Hargrove will cradle it at the 15. Ethan to the 20. 25-30. Hargrove out over the 35 to the 37. That's where Tullahoma will begin at its 37-yard line.
Yeah, Hargrove just north and south, comes straight up the field there. Nice return. Tullahoma's no huddle here, it looks like, right off the bat.
As the offense takes the field for the Wildcats. Spotted at the 38. 1st and 10, Tullahoma. Grizzard and Johnson split wide to the right.
Definitely.
And the running back is Evan Tomlin. Quarterback, Mason Bratcher. Bratcher quickly to throw over the middle. Complete. Hargrove at the 50. Hargrove down to the Greenbrier 45-yard line. That's a Wildcat first down.
Well, great start for Tullahoma. Just pitch and catch over the middle to number 9, Ethan Hargrove. And, you know, 2 of the last 3 weeks he had an 87-yard touchdown catch and a 92 in back-to-back games we saw.
Bryson Steverson is also lined up on that left side along with Hargrove. Grizzard and Johnson on the right. And there's a snap. Bratcher wasn't ready for it. It's on the ground. Bratcher falls on it. Did he get it? I don't think so. Greenbrier comes up with the football at the Tullahoma 39-yard line. Bratcher just wasn't ready for that snap from Matthew Swiger, and it went awry, recovered by the Bobcats.
Well,
so
we were talking
Tullahoma
about
fumbles, Ken, at the 11-19 mark of the first quarter. Greenbrier recovers in great field position.
Yeah, run one offensive play, a nice pitch and catch, and then turn the ball over. So we talked about it, Battle of the Cats, Wildcats against the Bobcats. That was a catastrophic mistake for the Wildcats, turnover within 1 minute of this game.
Carson hands off to the tailback through the 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown, Greenbrier. That's number 39, Dalton Wilbur. 5'6", 150-pound junior, and Wilbur sprints 39 yards for the touchdown.
Well, you
39.
You referenced Wilbur Montgomery. A couple of weeks ago, that looked like
in Eagles green.
Yes, in Eagles green.
So Greenbrier scores early with 11:08 to go in the first quarter on their first offensive play after Tullahoma turned it over with a fumble.
Yeah.
Not what we were looking for. The place kicker is Warren Bailey. Snap is down. Bailey's kick, beautiful. Splits the uprights. 11:08 to go, first quarter. Greenbrier 7, Tullahoma nothing. This is the Light Tube Sports Network.
Outdoor store, we carry the highest quality outdoor furniture at the guaranteed lowest price, offering top name brands like Summer Classics, Lane Venture, Hollywood, and more. With warranties up to 20 years, you'll be guaranteed to enjoy your furniture for years to come. Offering wood-burning, electric, and gas fireplaces, pellet smokers, and top-of-the-line grills. We have everything you need to turn your outdoor kitchen, deck, pool, or patio into your very own paradise. So come see us at Factory Furniture Outdoor
County
Store.
Bank, the only community bank you'll ever need. Why? Because we're your friends and neighbors, and you like to bank with people you know and people who know you. We shop here, we work here, we love Tullahoma just as much as you do. Citizens Tri-County Bank, big enough to serve you, small enough to know you, and we value and appreciate our customers. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank you will ever need.
Wow.
So Greenbrier, leading 7-0, will kick it off again to Hargrove and Johnson. That didn't take long.
3 plays. Tullahoma pass completion, fumble, snap. Snap from Swigert, as you said, to Bratcher. He wasn't ready for it. Bobcats recovered. They turned it into points. 1 play, rip off a long touchdown run. 7-zip Cats trail. Tullahoma Wildcats, that is.
39 yards on that TD run. Squibbler kick taken by Hargrove at the 10 to the 20. 25-30. Hargrove again back out. Zach, same spot pretty much. 37-yard line is where Tullahoma will take over. Trailing 7-0.
Well, you certainly can't come on the road in a playoff type game and turn the ball over your second play from scrimmage, and that's what Tullahoma was doing. So they've got spotted themselves in a hole here, so let's see if they can battle back.
Big 79 out there, Reese Jones, 6'4", 280-pound junior.
Yeah. This team's big. I counted 8 players on their roster over 270 pounds. We have 3.
So in that kickoff return, Tullahoma was also holding. So the Wildcats will start at their 22-yard line.
Game started out very sloppy for Tullahoma early.
Again, Evan Tomlin is the tailback on the left hip of quarterback Mason Bratcher. Bratcher, quick drop, looks left. Bratcher slings it out in the flat, incomplete. Tended out there for Will Hayden, but looked like Bratcher and Hayden maybe not on the same page. I love their yard markers on the far side, Ken. They're lit up. You see that
I
two
see
over
that.
there
I see
lit
that
up?
two over there, yeah.
That's pretty sharp.
Kind of an LED 2 over there. Yeah, that pops.
2nd and 10, Wildcats at the 22. Hayden comes in motion left to right. Bratcher, straight drop, screen pass. For Tomlin, he's caught, and then he is met instantly and dropped for no gain. It is 3rd down and 10 for the Wildcats.
Well, Tullahoma definitely behind the sticks here. You want to win first down. You have an incomplete pass on the first down. It puts you at 2nd and 10, and now we're 3rd and 10. So not ideal circumstances for Tullahoma.
So the Wildcats come out throwing. And like Ken said, facing 3rd and 10 at the 22. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Bratcher back to throw. Quick pass over the middle, complete to Hayden. Hayden out to the 30. Will Hayden to the 35-yard line. That's a Wildcat first down.
Hey, that's the way you draw it up, right?
Right, mark it at the 36. Yeah, that's slant.
3rd and long. So that's a 3rd down conversion. So that's nice. And Hayden has been, really he's made some nice catches in evolving as a pass-catching threat in this Wildcat wide receiver game.
Tullahoma with a lot of good sophomores. Bratcher hands it to Tomlin. Tomlin trying to go around the right side. Met there. Nothing for Evan Tomlin. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10.
Well, you may convert some 3rd and longs, but you can't make a living doing that. So here we are in the 2nd and 10 once again. So you got to get some. Tullahoma's going to have to find a way to get positive yardage on first down. At least you want to get 4 yards on first down and set yourself 2nd and 6 or less. But these 2nd and 10s,
Eat you
both
up.
for a long night.
2nd and 10, Wildcats. Tomlin this time on the right side. Tight end is Myers on the left side of the line. And Bratcher to throw. Bratcher goes deep over the middle. Incomplete. Intercepted. Greenbrier picks it off as Malik Grizzard just kind of nonchalantly got to put a hand on the football and tipped it. And Greenbrier picked it off. That's Travarius Flood, 6 foot, 185 junior. Flood probably their best athlete. He leads them in touchdowns and interceptions, and now he's got another one.
Well, Tullahoma now less than 4 minutes off the clock in the first quarter, 2 turnovers.
That did not seem like a great effort to catch that football by Malik. He may have seen something else there. Greenbrier lines it up, 1st down and 10. And whistles blow to stop the play before it began. Again, their quarterback, Nolan Carson, 6'3", 175 junior. That's encroachment against Tullahoma. The Wildcats are just
That's
hurting themselves with penalties here early.
2 penalties, 2 turnovers, both turnovers on Tullahoma's side of the field. Set them up 39 yards on the first time. They rip off a long run, score 32 this possession. Now there's 5 more free ones.
So 1st and 5 for the Bobcats at the Wildcat 27. Greenbrier lines up in a kind of an odd offensive set with a couple of running backs sort of offset from the quarterback. There's a handoff around the left side. That's Carson Wood, and Wood picks up 2 or 3.
Yeah, going to be critical for this Tullahoma defense to make a stand. They've played tough all year. They have their backs against the walls. And this is the same scenario we've seen in other games. Tullahoma falling behind early, relying on their defense to keep them in a game and just, fighting for every inch defensively. It's just been a struggle for them. Some games we've been out-possessioned on the clock badly on time of possession, but tonight we're just facing turnovers. Look like it may be a flag.
Greenbrier guilty of holding on the play, so it will be 1st down again, but now 1st and 16 for the Bobcats at the Tullahoma 38-yard line. 2 receivers split to the right, 1 to the left. This is the most open set Greenbrier has shown tonight. They'll still run it. Quarterback keeps it. Carson down to the 35, and he's met there and driven back by a host of Tullahoma Wildcats. Carson picked up 3. 2nd and about 13 for Greenbrier.
Well, Tullahoma really faced an imposing running game last week as Lawrence County ran 3 big rushers at us, including Everly at running back. But their quarterback can really scramble on this team here for Greenbrier, so we've got to keep really a lasso on him tonight.
Tullahoma did a good job of holding Carson in check on that play. 2nd and 13 at the 35. Wildcats trail 7-0. 7:53 left to go in the first quarter. And here's another flag on the play. A lot of penalties here early. No timeout, Greenbrier. 7:50 to go in the first quarter. Greenbrier 7, Tullahoma nothing. This is the Light Tube Sports Network.
But life's big wins happen off the field. When you win a heart. When you win their trust. When you win their respect. First Bank's community banking is perfect for life's big wins because of what we're big on. You. Make us part of your team for life's biggest wins.
Tullahoma trying to hang on and withstand this early Greenbrier blitz that has basically been handed to the Bobcats by Tullahoma. 2nd and 13 Greenbrier at the Wildcat 35. Carson has a running back to his left, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Carson back to throw. Straight drop. He's going to step up into the pocket. Pass intended incomplete, intended on the far side of the field. Would have been a 1st down had it been caught. That pass intended out there for 17 Nate Castleman, 5'11", 170 junior.
Yeah, I thought he was going to hold on to the ball and just take the run on that one and try to live for 3rd down. But as it is, 3rd and 13 here, 7:43 to go in the first quarter. Tullahoma trails 7-0. Definitely, desperately going to need to get off the field here, but probably Bobcats will go 2 downs here at the 35.
You would think so, unless they've got a stud field goal kicker.
Yeah.
Because the wind is at their back right now. 3rd and 13 at the 35. Carson rolls right. Carson throws the ball downfield, incomplete, intended once again for Castleman. But Brock Stroop over there for the Wildcats. It's 4th down.
Well, Tullahoma defense rock solid on that stand after the Bratcher interception. So they have 7 points off turnovers, but Tullahoma trying to keep them off the scoreboard here. Looks like they're going to.
Greenbrier will make a decision here on 4th and 13.
Let's see.
That's a lot of yards to pick
It
up.
sure
I think they're
is.
going to go for it, but
Yeah.
just sort of in that spot at the 35-yard line where personally I would punt, but Greenbrier is going to go for it. That's why I'm here.
Well, if you throw a bomb, I guess it's as good as a punt if it gets picked off and they don't return
Carson
it past the
rolls
20.
right. Carson, here comes pressure, and Carson is dropped in the backfield by the Wildcat defense. Looked like Ryan Denby led the way on that sack for Tullahoma, and the Wildcats will take over at their 42-yard line. Big sack by Denby.
Yeah, big
Loss of
play by
7.
Ryan Denby. So, great defensive stand by Tullahoma, hold them to no points after the interception. So, Tullahoma's offense, they're going to have to do something. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers. Defense hopefully motivates them out there getting off the field in a sudden change situation and really just pushed the Bobcats backwards on that drive for negative yardage.
Sure did. Tullahoma, good field position at its 42, 1st and 10.
Yeah, they took over to 32, and we pushed it 10 yards the other way.
Bratcher, quick drop, long pass, incomplete over the head of Will Hayden. 7:24 to go first quarter. Greenbrier leads Tullahoma 7-0. It's been a slow first quarter because we've had a lot of penalties.
Yeah. 3rd possession for Tullahoma, 2 turnovers. And, one thing I just wrote down, Tullahoma's losing first downs badly. So we're going to have to find a way to get some positive yardage on first down because these 2nd and 3rd and 10s are not going to cut it against this defense.
Cat split Grizzard and Johnson to the right. Hargrove to the left. 2nd and 10. Bratcher, quick pass, tipped up into the air and intercepted. Greenbrier tipped into the air and picked off by Mac Skurlock, 6 foot, 160-pound defensive back. He's a junior. Spurlock picks it off at the Tullahoma 30, the 3rd turnover of the night.
Well, these Bobcats are a turnover machine on defense. 3 possessions for Tullahoma, 3 turnovers.
Yeah,
When's the last time
lead
that's
only
happened?
7-0.
Yeah, lead only 7-0. So that defense is going to have to do it again. Great job last time. They're just going to have to do it again.
I don't know when the last time Tullahoma
I
turned
can't
the ball
remember
over.
in one quarter. I think I've been called games with you for 6 years. I don't remember Tullahoma turning the ball over 3 times in one in
Handoff
5 minutes.
Greenbrier. Running back to the 25, 20. Down to the 17-yard line goes Dalton Wilbur. Wilbur picks up a Greenbrier first down. Yeah, a stat like that would probably go back to the 2 winless seasons would be my guess. I bet we had a game in there where we turned the ball over 3 times to start the game.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Those were the days. Greenbrier has it 1st down and 10 at the Wildcat 17. Wilbur, the tailback.
We'll see if Tullahoma can force a turnover.
Tullahoma jumped. What they did was gave Greenbrier 5 free yards.
Well, that's at least 3 penalties, 3 turnovers, with 6:43 mark of the first quarter. It seemed like it's a blowout early, but it's just 7-0. So, all that counts is what's on the scoreboard. So
Greenbrier is threatening in the Cardinal zone at the 12-yard line.
Yes, they are.
With single receivers split either side. Tight end is the right side. They really spread their offensive line out. Here's Wilbur. Wilbur met at the 10 and dropped by Hargrove. He got inside the 10 to the 9.
Hargrove's made lots of tackles from that safety position this season. He's had to. It's not a good sign when your safeties are making tackles for your defense. But, big gain there on first down.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3 for the Bobcats at the Tullahoma 9. Their big bunch package to the right side now. And quarterback Carson will keep it. Good ball fake. Nolan Carson inside the 5 to the 2. Did he lose the football? Tullahoma's saying they came up with it. The officials are saying it's 1st down and goal to go. Greenbrier at the Wildcat 2.
Must have blown it dead, but we talked about Carson's legs at quarterback. He's legit. He can run that football.
So Tullahoma's defense once again put in a bad spot by an offensive turnover. And the funnel cakes are flowing in Greenbrier, Tennessee. Carson in the shotgun. Carson keeps it again, this time over left end. Touchdown, Greenbrier, as Nolan Carson, the quarterback, scores from 3 yards away. And the Bobcats have extended their lead over Tullahoma, once again converting a Wildcat turnover into a touchdown, and that's twice already. So Greenbrier will line it up for the point after. Again, the kicker is Warren Bailey. Snap down, kick is up. This time Bailey pushed it wide to the right. 5:27 to go in the first quarter. Greenbrier leads Tullahoma 13-0 on the Light Tube Sports
Kids and
Network.
Events of Tullahoma is a local family-owned business. We have been serving Middle Tennessee for over 20 years. We love to support our local community and the Tullahoma Wildcats. We like to believe once you're a Wildcat, you're always a Wildcat. We specialize in weddings, birthday parties, and corporate events. Our family strives to constantly meet the changing wants and demands of the community by offering a one-stop shop for all of your event needs. Give us a call today so we can make your event that much easier.
Welcome back to Greenbrier High School. We're in Robertson County, I don't know, 30 minutes north of Nashville, 40 minutes, who knows. We took Briley Parkway, went around Nashville, Ken. It worked out perfect.
That sure did.
We just eluded all of that inner Nashville interstate conglomeration.
Very good concession stand. We had our hamburger and drinks and popcorn and M&Ms, and
Hargrove takes the kickoff at the 10, 15-20, 25-30. Hargrove cuts it back at the 35, and once again, Tullahoma's field position, 37-yard line. That's 3 kickoffs for Greenbrier, 3 returns by Hargrove to the 37. That's ironic.
Well, unfortunately, the bright spot of this game has been Ethan Hargrove in the return game. So he's got 3 opportunities already. But early in this game, Tullahoma, 5:19 to go on the clock, find themselves in a 13-zip hole. 3 turnovers offensively, 13 Bobcat points converted off turnovers. Tullahoma losing first downs on offense, and Greenbrier winning first downs on offense. That's the difference in this game.
Here's a pitch back to Johnson. Johnson passes it to Hargrove. Hargrove completed the 40, 35. Ethan Hargrove tackled all the way down at the 21-yard line, and Kai Johnson hurt his arm. His shoulder is hurt. He's gone to the sideline, but Johnson threw that football and threw it a long way, and Tullahoma's got a first down in Greenbrier territory deep at the 21.
Well, what a beautiful gadget play there. Tullahoma dials up some trickeration, some razzle-dazzle.
I think Johnson threw his arm out.
Yeah, Johnson to Hargrove.
Bratcher back in at quarterback here for the Wildcats. Honestly, I don't know whether Johnson lined up at quarterback, took a handoff, took a pitch back. I really don't know. I just know he threw the football. All of a sudden he had it, and he threw it long. Here's Evan Tomlin. Tomlin cuts it back to the left. Inside the 20 to the 17 goes Evan Tomlin.
THS in the Cardinal zone now, so let's see if they can convert and cut this 13-zip deficit to 13-7 here on this drive.
Spot it at the 16. So a gain of almost 5 for Tomlin. And Johnson back in at wide receiver.
That's good news.
Bryson Steverson also comes in for Tullahoma. They will both be split wide to the right. Hargrove wide left. As Bratcher. Tullahoma did not like what it saw offensively and took a timeout. 3:55 to go in the first quarter. Greenbrier 13, Tullahoma nothing. This is the Light Tube Sports Network.
How can I help you?
Hey, it's Rodney. You will not believe what's happened to me.
It isn't Granny, is it?
Yep, I'm going to be a little late coming in. I found Granny. She just rear-ended me. My coffee went everywhere.
Oh, no, Rodney, is that you?
Granny, I know it's been a few weeks since I've seen you. I just never figured we would meet again like this.
Can you fix it?
Sure, Granny, we got this.
Rodney's Body Shop, where they make friends by accidents. Visit them at their new location, 601 Lakeway Place in Tullahoma, or online, rodneysbodyshop.com.
Scott, that big offensive play there, that pass from wide receiver Kai Johnson to wide receiver Ethan Hargroves, giving Tullahoma some energy and put him in the Cardinal zone here with a chance to score.
The Wildcats facing 2nd down and 5 at the Greenbrier 16 with 3:55 to go in the first quarter, trailing 13-0. Nathan DeLauder is in at quarterback for the Wildcats. Handoff Tomlin. Tomlin cuts it back inside. Tomlin inside the 15, maybe to the 14-yard line. Ken, maybe something happened with Bratcher that we didn't see.
Yeah.
Evidently so. Of course, Tullahoma did have 3 turnovers, so perhaps the Wildcats just made a change.
Yeah, Tullahoma, with Tomlin at tailback, just a big physical presence, 6 foot, 190 pounds.
3rd and 3 for Tullahoma at the Greenbrier 14.
Big, tough back.
Again,
need to convert this 3rd down here.
Nathan DeLauder is at quarterback for Tullahoma.
Not going to beat this team with field goals.
DeLauder fakes the pitch. DeLauder thrown down at the 12. Football came out, but he was down. However, it is going to be 4th and about 1, maybe 2. Let's call it 2. 4th and 2 for Tullahoma at the 13-yard line.
Yeah, ground cannot cause a fumble. Got blown down by the official there. So 4th and a long 2. What do you call here?
They're going to kick it.
They're going to kick it.
Chadwick going against the wind here. 4th and 2 from the right hash mark. They'll spot it at the 20. This will be a 30-yard attempt for Grant Chadwick. Bratcher's holding, so he's okay to hold. The snapper is Jack Dameron. Snap is down. Kick is up. Grant Chadwick's kick is good. 2:20 to go in the first quarter. Greenbrier 13, Tullahoma 3. This is the Light Tube Sports Network.
This is you, and this is you, and this, and this. You're a team, a quarterback, a running back, a kicker, a coach. You are champions. You're a flyer, a back spot, a base, a parent, and a fan. And you are part of this community. So no matter who you are or what you do, we're here to care for you. Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart and Hospital and Vanderbilt Health, making healthcare personal.
Hi there, this is Terry Stroop, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. Summer's about to wind down, fall's right around the corner. It's time to get signed up for your fall maintenance checks, and let's get out and support our local high school football this year. Let's go, Cats!
It's game day, and Coffee County Bank is here to support our Tullahoma Wildcats. Team up with Coffee County Bank for all your banking needs. Local people, local decisions, a community bank you can count on. Go Wildcats!
Tullahoma takes advantage of about a 50, 60-yard bomb from Kai Johnson to Ethan Hargrove. And the Wildcats are on the scoreboard tonight with 2:20 to go in the first quarter, trailing Greenbrier 13-3. Ken, I think it was very important for Tullahoma to get some points here before Greenbrier sort of got out of hand and stopped that avalanche of turnovers, and the Wildcats did it on that drive.
Yeah, it's a great point. They get the 0 off. That's critical, and the offense has shown they can move the football.
So Chadwick's kickoff goes into the end zone for the touchback. Greenbrier will begin their next drive at their 20-yard line, and that's the kind of field position Tullahoma's used to playing with.
That's right.
Not in their own end of the field.
Yeah, and you talk about, with the defense with their back to the wall, that all three drives for the Bobcats started on Tullahoma's side of the field. So now you feel much better here. You're giving the defense an honest chance here. So it's a 10-point deficit. First quarter has not panned out well for Tullahoma, but hey, there's a lot of football still left.
Matthew Swiger and Bryson Steverson are the defensive end. The tackles are Robert Tatum and Russell Simmons. Greenbrier, 1st and 10 at their 20. Carson hands it off to Wilbur. Wilbur just breaking tackles, 25, 30. Wilbur to the 35, driven out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Greenbrier first down. Zane Hoff saved a touchdown.
Well, they continue to win first down. You rip off a 19-yard run on first down. That just can't happen again. Missed tackles. Tullahoma's tackled pretty good this year, but they had opportunities there. Then just slipped right through their hands.
Linebackers are Ryan Denby, Colton Tucker, and Bo Banks for Tullahoma. Brock Stroop and Liam Grider are the cornerbacks. Bronson Bunch and Zane Hoff are the safeties. 1st and 10, Greenbrier at the Bobcat 39. Hand off Wilbur, straight up the gut, and he's slammed down at the 43. A gain of 4 for Carson Wilbur. Dalton Wilbur. Jason Wilbur. Elbert Wilbur.
Yeah. A 4-yard gain right up the middle on first down, so that's going to set up 2nd and 6 here, and a quarter dominated by the Bobcats, the home team Bobcats.
1:40 left to go in this first quarter. 2nd and 6. Carson in the shotgun with Wilbur on his right. He'll hand it off. And bouncing in outside the 45. This is actually 30 Carson Wood, 5'11", 190 junior. Wood makes his way to the 49. He needed to get to the 49 for the first down. It is a 1st down and 10 for Greenbrier at their 49-yard line. Nice run by Wood. He and Wilbur are built exactly the same. Yeah. Wilbur's 39, Wood is 30.
Well, primarily a running team here that we're facing again tonight. That's what we've seen the past 2 or 3 weeks. So we just gotta win some battles on the line of scrimmage and get some TFL, some tackles for losses.
Here's Carson on the quarterback keeper. Carson into Tullahoma territory, dives down to the 46 before he goes out of bounds. A gain of 5 for the Bobcats.
Yeah, better defense that time. For Tullahoma, cornerback came up, made a nice hit with the helmet on the 49 there, and he fell forward for another yard or 2. But good defense by Tullahoma on that one.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Greenbrier at the Wildcat 47. Carson has Braxton Laney, 5'9", 190 senior, as his tailback now. And Laney will take the handoff, go straight into the line. Not much there. Well played by the interior of the Wildcat defense. Eli Morgan gets up there along with DeCarlo Slaughter and Colton Tucker. No gain on the play. 3rd down and 6, Greenbrier. And the first quarter has come to a close. We've played 12 minutes. The Bobcats lead the Wildcats 13-3. This is Tullahoma football on the Light Tube Sports Network.
County Bank, the only community bank you'll ever need. Why? Because we're your friends and neighbors, and you like to bank with people you know and people who know you. We shop here, we work here, we love Tullahoma just as much as you do. Citizens Tri-County Bank, big enough to serve you, small enough to know you, and we value and appreciate our customers. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank you will ever need.
Factory Furniture Outdoor Store, we carry the highest quality outdoor furniture at the guaranteed lowest price, offering top name brands like Summer Classics, Lane Venture, Hollywood, and more. With warranties up to 20 years, you'll be guaranteed to enjoy your furniture for years to come, offering wood burning, electric, and gas fireplaces, pellet smokers, and top-of-the-line grills. We have everything you need to turn your outdoor kitchen, deck, pool, or patio into your very own paradise. So come see us at Factory Furniture Outdoor Store.
Welcome back to Greenbrier High School. We begin the second quarter with the Bobcats facing 3rd down and 6 at the Tullahoma 47. Tullahoma now moving right to left. Carson wants to throw. Carson being chased. Carson rolls right. Carson's just going to take what he can get, and he gets down to the 37-yard line, and that's a first down for Greenbrier. Nice play by Nolan Carson on this near sideline.
Yeah, he can scramble, and he just got the edge on the sidelines there and got the first down.
He's got long strides, very deceptive runner.
Yep.
So
big scramble on 3rd down there to get the first. Keep
yeah, that was a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, 3rd and 6 conversion there with his legs. That's the danger of having a good running quarterback. They bite you on those kind of plays.
Tullahoma showing blitz. Here they come. Handoff inside Wilbur. Wilbur stacked up there by Stroop after a no gain on the play. Good play by Brock. And 2nd down and 10 for the Bobcats.
Senior night here for the Bobcats. There are 46 seniors they recognize, counting their cheerleaders, band, and football team tonight. Tullahoma will have their senior night on October 28th, next Friday night, against the Glencliff Colts in the last regular season game.
The Colts. Greenbrier,
Colts.
2nd down and 10. The winless Colts. Carson, little shuffle pass, fooled everybody down to the 30, 25, 20, fumble. The ball's on the ground. Give it to the Wildcats. 24, Devontae Jackson ran it for about 20 yards, but then he coughed it up. And not sure who got it. I think it was Colton Tucker on the far sideline. Got the recovery for Tullahoma.
Huge turnover.
So the
11:03 mark of the second quarter.
The Wildcats with 3 turnovers, the Bobcats with 1. Let's see if Tullahoma can take advantage of this. The Wildcats will have it at their own 17-yard line, 1st down and 10.
Yeah, that negates a promising drive because the Bobcats started that drive on their own 20, so they drove from their 20 down to our 17. Fortunate fumble recovery.
Mason Bratcher back in at quarterback for Tullahoma. Tomlin goes in motion. Bratcher looks the other way, complete to Hargrove. Hargrove, very little room. May have gotten a yard or two. That's it for Ethan Hargrove. A yard gain, 2nd down and 9 for the Wildcats at their 18. 10:40 left to go in the first half. Greenbrier leads Tullahoma 13-3. Again, the Wildcat Band is here, so you can enjoy their show at halftime. Hargrove and Hyden split to the left. Grizzard and Johnson to the right. Bratcher, straight drop. Bratcher instead checks it down to Tomlin. Tomlin didn't get much there, maybe a yard. 3rd and 8 for the Wildcats. Ken, I think it's the first time I've seen Bratcher check down in a couple of games. That's the kind of thing you like to see from a sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, it sure is. That's a great point. That's what we saw out of Ryan Scott just the last couple of years, the maturation of him getting better game to game and making smart decisions. If they have tight coverage downfield, you got to check it down, and he did on that one.
No gain on the play, however. 3rd and 9 for the Cats at the 18. Tullahoma has 2 receivers to either side, with Tomlin on Bratcher's left. Bratcher in the shotgun. And either Tullahoma called a timeout or we're going to get a delay of game, one or the other. It is illegal motion. I don't think that's what they meant. Anyway, 5-yard penalty against Tullahoma on 3rd and 9. Those are tough to swallow. The Wildcats could just never get set offensively. Bratcher didn't like what he saw. So 3rd and 14 now at the Tullahoma 13.
Dangerous from this deep in your territory, too, putting the ball in the air, so be careful.
Bratcher, quick pass to Grizzard, complete. Grizzard at the 20. Grizzard out to the 25. Grizzard to the 26. Tullahoma offensive lineman out there trying to push Grizzard to the first down. I think they did. He did not have that first down. Wow. And that offensive line came up and pushed Malik to the first down at the 28-yard line. That was impressive.
Well, that was one of our keys to victory, teamwork tonight. Love your football brothers and play as one. That's playing as one. Your offensive lineman pushing the receiver Grizzard the 1 extra yard to get the first down there. Great
First
effort
and
play
10
by
Wildcats. Bratcher handoff Tomlin. Tomlin not room inside. No gain. Second down and 10.
I believe that was the first third down conversion of the contest for Tullahoma at the 9-minute mark here of the second quarter. They're down by 10, but those are the kind of plays you got to make to get back in the game to keep drives alive.
Didn't get too many third down opportunities in the first quarter. Kept turning the ball over.
Yeah. Lots of second and third and 10s, but we're still not winning first down. We got to find a way to run the football. There's second and 10 again. Every time you look up the scoreboard, it's second and 10 or third and 10 or third and 13.
Ryan Denby in now at tailback for the Wildcats. And Bratcher. Play action. He didn't fool anybody. Bratcher sacked deep in the backfield.
Mercy.
Devontae Jackson got hold of Bratcher. Jackson, number 24, and then big Nathan Robinson came in to join him.
Yeah.
And Bratcher never had a chance. They'll give him to the 22, third and about 16, maybe 17 for the Wildcats.
They brought the ballroom blitz on that one. No chance.
I like that.
No chance.
It's a ballroom blitz.
Yes.
Oh, it's a ballroom blitz.
Well, there it is again, third and 15.
7:50 left to go in the first half. Tullahoma lines it up, third and 16. Hyden comes in motion, Bratcher to throw. Bratcher's little pass intended for Hyden, incomplete. It will be fourth and long for the Wildcats, and Tullahoma will punt it away. So after the turnover, unable to get anything going on that offensive set.
Yeah, we took over on the 17-yard line. So after all that action, a net effect of 5 yards, we push it out to the 22-yard line. They're going to have to punt. We need a good punt by Chadwick here to hopefully flip field position.
He's got the wind at his back, does Chadwick. Nice breeze out there tonight now. It's 12, 15 miles an hour gusts. So let's see if Grant can get off a boomer. There's the snap. Kick is away, end over end kick, hits at the 40, takes a Tullahoma bounce to the 30 and out of bounds at about the 27.
Nice.
So that's from the 22 to the 27, about a 50-yard punt.
Yeah.
So Grant Chadwick
Great
flips field position.
Just what we ordered.
That's right. Tullahoma trailing 13-3 with 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. The Wildcats need a defensive stop, need to force a turnover down here on this side of the field. I'm tired of cranking my neck this way.
Yeah. And then offensively, we got to find a way to get the running game going. Right now, essentially no running game with Sheffield out, and find some positive yards on first downs and quit putting yourself behind the chains, second and third and 10s.
See if we can see a little more Vancy Johnson in this game. Tullahoma defensively lines it up. Greenbrier, first and 10 at their 27. Carson hands it off. That's big 24 again, and Colby Tucker rides him to the ground. Devontae Jackson picked up a couple for Greenbrier. Nice tackle by Colby. Yeah. Colby Tucker, mind you, is 6 foot, 190 pounds. If he's either one of those, he's got to be wet, and a junior. Heck of a football player.
Sure he is. He finds the football. He's just got a radar in that helmet, and he tracks that ball, and he's tough.
It's a Tucker family tradition to have that football-seeking sensor in that helmet, right?
Yep.
Greenbrier lines it up, 2nd and 8 at their 28. Nolan rolls right. He wants to throw. Nolan looks downfield. Now he's just going to run it. He does not really want to throw the ball, Ken. You notice every time he rolls out, he runs it. That time a gain of 1, 3rd and 8.
Yeah, Tullahoma doing a better job of defending him. Corners coming up outside linebackers in pursuit, doing a good job of cutting him off before he can get to the sidelines or turn the ball upfield. So now we got them in a 3rd and long. 3rd and 8, 6:20 to go in the first half. 13-3, Tullahoma trails Greenbrier.
You get the feeling
in a must-win.
You get the feeling that a little bit that momentum is shifting a little bit. The longer it goes, look like Greenbrier is just going to blow Tullahoma out, and now Wildcats starting to get their footing a little bit. Greenbrier 3rd and 7 at their 29, and whistle blows. Timeout. Bobcats. 5:57 to play in the first half. Greenbrier leads Tullahoma 13-3 on the Light Tube Sports Network.
On game night, winning is everything. But life's big wins happen off the field. When you win a heart. When you win their trust. When you win their respect. First Bank's community banking is perfect for life's big wins because of what we're big on. You. Make us part of your team for life's biggest wins.
We'll talk with Wildcat head coach Coy Sisk at the end of this game. Greenbrier 3rd and 7 at the 29-yard line. Nolan has 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Back to throw. He's going to run it all the way. Great fake. Nolan to the 35. Out to the 36. Close to the 37-yard line goes Nolan Carson. Carson short of the first down, though. He needed to get to the 38, spotted at the 37. It's 4th and 1 Greenbrier.
Well, let's see what they do here.
And that's a long one.
Yes, it is.
So Carson looks to the sideline to his head coach John Elmore, who is 23 and 36 in his 7th year here at Greenbrier. And the Bobcats apparently are going to go for it.
Oh, this is a big play here in this game. Tell them we can stop them and get the ball on their 36.
Yeah, that's what they're thinking. Another timeout, Greenbrier. We'll just keep it right here. 5:16 to go. So, again, offensively, Tullahoma really shaky early. Seem to be settling down a little.
Yeah, Scott, a disastrous opening quarter for Tullahoma. They turned the ball over twice in the first 4 minutes of the game. All 13 Bobcat points off Tullahoma offensive turnovers. So Tullahoma shaky with the football, loose with the football. You can't come on the road and turn the ball over 3 times in the first quarter. But as it is, we came down, had a razzle-dazzle play. The really only appreciable offensive play in this whole first half, about a 50-yard pass from Kai Johnson to Ethan Hargrove. Tell him to get the 30-yard field goal to get the goose egg off and cut it to 10. Defense playing pretty good. I think they've settled in. They've got this quarterback figured out. Hey, you're not going to beat us with your legs. We're going to make you throw the football. We did get a turnover last drive on a fumble, but we got to get some traction on offense going. Offense is not doing much tonight.
Greenbrier is going to go for it on 4th down and 1.
Or are they? Will they just try to draw us off sides here? Let's see what happens.
Ball's at the 37-yard line of the Bobcats, and we've got a stoppage here as they're looking up to the stands there. I think the time perhaps is wrong on the scoreboard or the play clock or something.
Well, we'll see that bright play marker across the field illuminating 4. Tullahoma needs to get them some of them. That would help us at Wilkins Stadium.
Absolutely.
I like that idea,
Those
man.
are
That's
sharp.
fantastic.
5:17, that's what they did. They fixed the clock. 5:17 to go in the half. 13-3 Greenbrier, 4th and 1 for the Bobcats at the 36. Carson under center. Carson takes the snap, hands it off. First down for Greenbrier. Remember, they didn't need much, and Carson Wood got the 3-4 yards they needed out to the 39-yard line. First down, Bobcats.
Yeah, just too easy there. They run behind big Bray Booth, 6'5", 287. Look at the size on some of these guys. Walter Kalukas, 6 foot 296. And then we saw that number 78, Logan Lorenz, a 6'7" sophomore. Man, he's got a college body already.
Oh, yeah, Nathan Robinson's lined up at tight end.
Oh, mercy.
1st and 10, Greenbrier.
Yeah.
Handoff, Wood, flipped up. What a play by Bo Banks. Flipped Wood up. No gain on the play.
How about that? Puts a big body slam on him, big Bo Banks. Bo's coming on. He's had recovered a fumble or two this year and tackling well, pursuing the ball, and he's getting into the action and making plays. playmaker at that linebacker position.
Wood picked up a yard on the play. 2nd and 9 for Greenbrier at their 40. 4:10 left to go in the first half. Tullahoma trails by 10.
Well, you get the sense Tullahoma's defense has to have a stop here. You cannot allow any more points before the half.
Handoff Wood. Wood has nowhere to go. The Wildcats are really starting to zero in on this Greenbrier running game.
Mm-hmm. So Tullahoma turning the heat up defensively, and remember Tullahoma received the opening kickoff, so Greenbrier get it in the second half. This is a big final 3.5 minutes here of the first half.
Bobcats have 3rd and 9 at the 40. And they shuffle a lot of people in and out every play on offense. Quite different than what you normally see. Big Nathan Robinson will line up tight end on the left side. I guess when they get desperate, they just throw it up to him maybe.
Yeah, 6'6".
Carson.
Big catch radius.
Wants to throw. Carson, it's a screen pass complete. Needs a block out front. Didn't get it. In fact, got a hold as the flag comes out. I think it's going to be a holding on Greenbrier. But I think Tullahoma would decline that penalty because that would make it 4th down and 10.
I agree, Scott. That would be the smart move. Decline it and force them to punt here, save the time on the clock, and they're surely not going to go for this. 4th and long.
The call is holding against Greenbrier. The penalty is declined. So it is now 4th and 10 for the Bobcats. A little more than 10, actually 11. 4th and 11 for Greenbrier. They'll punt it away. So Tullahoma, with about 3 minutes left to go here in the first half, going to have time to put some more points on the scoreboard.
Well, even if you just get a field goal here, I said we won't win with field goals, but it makes it a one-score game, 13-6 going to the half. You would have to feel great about that if you're Tullahoma.
That's when we thought Greenbrier's offense was looking good. The kick is high, kind of dies at the 31-yard line. Kai Johnson lets it bounce. Tullahoma will have 69 yards to travel and 2 minutes and 41 seconds to do the traveling.
And 2 timeouts. So they have used one. Bobcats out of timeouts, which they don't need to stop the clock if you're on defense. 2:41 to go against offense trying to score. So let's see if we can win first down, move the sticks, and get in scoring range here somehow to have a shot here at the end of this first half to cut this 13-3 deficit down to 1 score.
Greenbrier with a 4-man front. Tullahoma splits 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Bratcher back to throw, looks left, pass to Hargrove, complete at the 40. 45 out to the 48 goes Ethan Hargrove. That's a Wildcat first down.
Oh, and a great tackle there by the defensive back of the Bobcats, or he could have had 20 or 30 more. He looked like he was poised to really make a run down the sidelines for the end zone there.
Hargrove a little hobbled as he gets up. Clock ticks, 2:25 to go. Cats 1st and 10 at their 48. Bratcher again looks left, this time for Tomlin. Tomlin may have lost a yard as he got out of bounds. That was one good thing about that play, but it did lose a yard.
Yeah.
2nd and 11.
Well, that first pass to Hargrove was probably our biggest gain on first down the entire first half. So that's what you want to do is get some positive first down yardage in some chunk plays. So that's really the second play over 15 yards Tullahoma's gotten in the first half. And the only 2 really offensive plays that have been worthy in the first half, really.
Kai Johnson's pass was great, but I like to see Johnson catching passes and running in the open field. That's really great. 2nd and 11, Wildcats at the 47. Bratcher looks left, Johnson needs a block, really didn't get it. That play was designed to pick up a yard, and it did pick up a yard. Ken, I don't understand that play. That was a wide receiver screen, but there's nobody blocking.
Yeah, and too many defenders there. Three Greenbrier defenders there. No chance to, pop through those guys and get a bigger gain.
And now Greenbrier calls a timeout on 3rd and 11. 2:07 to go. Cats trail by 10 on the Light Tube Sports Network.
County's Tinson Events of Tullahoma is a local family-owned business. We have been serving Middle Tennessee for over 20 years. We love to support our local community and the Tullahoma Wildcats. We like to believe once you're a Wildcat, you're always a Wildcat. We specialize in weddings, birthday parties, and corporate events. Our family strives to constantly meet the changing wants and demands of the community by offering a one-stop shop for all of your event needs. Give us a call today so we can make your event that much easier.
Welcome you back in here. Tullahoma with the football, 3rd down and 10, 2:07 to go. Bratcher, long pass across the field for Tomlin, complete. Again, no blockers out there. Tomlin met by 2 defenders and dropped for a 3-yard loss. Help me out, Guru.
Well, one play, going back a play, when we threw the little, screen to Kai Johnson, maybe we put somebody, you move Hargrove around, put him in the slot, fake the screen, they're jumping that thing, and maybe somebody busts a coverage and we can get a guy down the middle, maybe Hargrove for a deep pass. But the screens are not working, and we got to have more consistency in the passing game.
4th down and 12, Tullahoma. They'll punt it from the 46. It's a fake punt. Grant Chadwick's going to throw it. It's incomplete, intended for Bryson Steverson. Incomplete, and Greenbrier is going to have great field position with 1:22 seconds left on the clock. So Tullahoma fakes the punt. The pass from Grant Chadwick to Steverson, incomplete. It was tipped by a Greenbrier defender.
Well, risk versus reward. If you get the reward, you get to keep possession and keep the ball at 122, but the risk of that is turning the ball over in bad field position. You give the Bobcats the ball at the 46-yard line here.
Greenbrier with 82 seconds. Try to put some more points on the scoreboard.
THS has ran their fair share of fake punts this year.
Brady. Here is Carson. Back to throw. Flag on the play. The pass is completed to 40. Down to the 35. 1st down Greenbrier, but I think this one's coming back.
Thank goodness. So Greenbrier out of timeouts. They'll have to use the boundaries, have to use the sidelines, and try to stop the clock with passes to the sidelines.
Yeah, one way to stop it's with penalties. Greenbrier guilty of a holding penalty here that's going to push the Bobcats all the way back to their 37-yard line. 1st and 26 at the 37. 1:10 left to go. Clock ticks. Wildcats trail Greenbrier 13-3. Quickly to the line, the Bobcats. Carson back to throw. Now he's going to run it. That's like their staple play. Back to throw, quarterback run up the middle 4 yards. So they're not trying to do anything heroic, it doesn't look like, here at the first half. I think they're happy with a 13-3 lead.
Yeah, that was a big penalty. They get the ball around our 40-yard line and it comes back for a holding, so that's a big flip in field position and really, hopefully, he's killed this drive here at the end of the first half.
Handoff Wilbur. Wilbur 45. Wilbur 50. Wilbur, great cutback at the 45. Wilbur still on his feet. Poor tackling by Tullahoma. All the way down to the Wildcat 41 goes Wilbur. And the clock stops for the 1st down with 24 seconds left to go. 13-3 Greenbrier.
Well, we don't know what kind of distance the field goal kicker has ability-wise, but he's 1 for 2 on PATs. He did miss his last extra point.
Carson spiked the ball for the Bobcats. So
just unsure of his range.
4th down and 7 for Greenbrier. They had to stop the clock. 17.9 seconds. They have any timeout, so they had to use 3rd down, and they'll go for it here on 4th and about 7.
Well, tell them playing in the middle of the field, their safety's deep. Back at the 30-yard line, may need to move back a few more yards. Don't let anything behind you right here, Wildcats.
17.9 seconds left to go. Not sure what again, a clock issue here. So we continue to have clock issues, and the referees just set it at whatever they randomly want to set it at.
Ran it down to 10 seconds.
They'll set it at 10 seconds.
Yeah, he took off 7.9 seconds
I
right there.
heard Greenbrier fans say, "Are you kidding me?"
Can you blame them?
We had 18 seconds.
Yeah, they did.
Now they got 10. 4th and 7.
Going to see the old Hail Mary here. Maybe a pass for the end zone.
Nolan Carson back to throw. Here comes the pressure. Pass over the middle, incomplete. Receiver was there, laying on the ground, and that was Braxton Laney, and Laney couldn't hold on, so Tullahoma will take over with 5 seconds left to go. I ask for a kneel down and go to the locker room.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree. And after a wild first quarter with 16 points scored between the two teams, scoreless second quarter.
Back and forth, old school sort of. Mm-hmm. So Tullahoma splits 3 receivers to the left. See if Mason Bratcher's got a 65-yarder. Tullahoma short a man on the offensive line, and there's a flag on the play.
No, that's trouble going against Nathan Robinson in this bunch.
For the Wildcats, running out late was Kyler Clark, 6'3", 200-pound junior. That cost Tullahoma 5 yards with 5.5 seconds left to go in the first half. Cats, Bratcher, little screen pass to Tomlin. Tomlin to the 40, 45, 50. Evan to the 45, cuts across field down to the 40, goes Evan Tomlin.
Nice play.
So a nice 20-yard gain for the Wildcats. Unfortunately, the first half has come to a close. 24 minutes in, the Greenbrier Bobcats lead the Tullahoma Wildcats 13-3. Enjoy halftime. We'll see you back here for the third quarter. You're listening to and watching the Light Tube Sports Network.
Shop, how can I help you?
Hey, it's Rodney. You will not believe what's happened to me.
It isn't Granny, is it?
Yep, I'm going to be a little late coming in. I found Granny. She just rear-ended me. My coffee went everywhere.
Oh, no, Rodney, is that you?
Granny, I know it's been a few weeks since I've seen you. I just never figured we would meet again like this.
Can you fix it?
Sure, Granny, we got this.
Rodney's Body Shop, where they make friends by accidents. Visit them at their new location, 601 Lakeway Place in Tullahoma, or online, rodneysbodyshop.com.
Welcome back to Greenbrier High School in Greenbrier, Tennessee. This is the Light Tube Sports Network. We are at halftime where the Greenbrier Bobcats lead the Tullahoma Wildcats 13-3 in this Region 5 4A contest. Tullahoma with 3 early turnovers. Greenbrier converts them both, 2 of those into touchdowns, missed an extra point. Tullahoma gets a field goal late in the first quarter, and that's where we stand. Ken, how are your keys to victory stacking up for the Wildcats?
Well, the motto tonight, the acronym was EAT, E-A-T. Enjoy the experience. Tullahoma came out tight tonight. They needed to come out and play loose and have fun. They came out tight, turning the ball over 2 times in the first 4 minutes and fell behind 13-0. Attitude, I really like, attitude determines altitude. I like the attitude of the defense. They played with their backs against the wall the entire first half and really kept Tullahoma in this game. And then teamwork. Tullahoma's offense is going to have to do their part. Special teams playing pretty good. We had a long punt by Chadwick that flipped field position. We're 1 for 1 in field goals. They did miss an extra point. Should be 14-3, but offense is going to have to come on and pull their part. We talk about what we've seen the last couple of years, complimentary football. We saw some complimentary football in a couple of our wins this season with all 3 levels playing well, offense, defense, and special teams. Scott, the offense needs a spark. Our starting running backs out. Tomlin had a nice screen pass the last play of the first half. We did have a long pass in the passing game, but it did not come from either quarterback. It came from a wide receiver to another wide receiver, that's being Kai Johnson to Ethan Hargrove. We got to find some more explosiveness and consistency in the offense. and win first down in the second half on offense, get some positive yardage instead of this, 1-2 yards or 0 yards on an incomplete pass and be stuck behind the chains second, third, and 10s.
Yeah, and you pointed that out, how Tullahoma's just been behind the chains the whole time. The Wildcats are in a must-win situation here. Tullahoma's got to win to have a chance, a remote chance, even with a win, but a chance to make the playoffs. A loss here tonight would eliminate Tullahoma completely from playoff talk. So,
and credit the defense, Scott. The 13 points we gave up and the 3 turnovers were all pretty much on our side of the field. So when you really talk about, you use that, that term back against your wall in football a lot. Really, the defense has literally had their backs to the wall, man, and done a really good job just to holding them to 13 points, in my opinion.
And the longer the game has gone, the better the Tullahoma defense has looked. Greenbrier seems to not have a lot of big play options here. It's not a big play team. Very few teams in Region 5 4A are big play teams. And Kim, we'll get into more of it in the second half, but this will be Tullahoma's last season in Class 4A. The Wildcats, at least the preliminary enrollment numbers for the TSSAA, Tullahoma's moving back up to 5A next year as the kickoff from Grant Chadwick lands at the 5 and dances into the end zone, and Greenbrier will begin this second half at its 20-yard line.
Well, we lost the first 5 minutes of the game, okay, with 2 turnovers. Let's see if we can win the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. This is really going to set the tempo for the second half. Tullahoma needs something positive to happen. They're trailing in the turnover battle. They've turned the ball over 3 times. Bobcats just once on a fumble. So Tullahoma needs something good to happen here early in this third quarter.
Ezra Myers and Swagger are the defensive ends. Tatum and Slaughter, the defensive tackles. Tucker, Denby, linebackers for the Wildcats. First down, back to throw, Carson. And he is dropped behind the line of scrimmage at the 19-yard line. Big Tatum and Colton Tucker
there
in on
we
the
go.
stop.
Yeah, that's what you want. That's a TFL tackle for loss. So a positive start in the second half of this Tullahoma defense. And I know that, Coy Sis, the head coach for Tullahoma, also the defensive coordinator, impressing that defensive mindset, saying, defense, you're playing good. Let's clamp down on this run game. And, the offense will come around. We got a shot.
Yeah, I look for our safeties to creep up.
That's
not a lot of passing threat here from Greenbrier. Second down and 11, Bobcats. Handoff. This is Wilbur. Wilbur around the right side, and Wilbur cuts it back, man. Beautiful cutback by Wilbur at the 30, out to the 34. First down, Greenbrier. Wilbur for 15.
Well, that one hurts you. We just lost contain on the left side of our defense, and he cuts back across the grain and makes a big gain there. Wilbur's been dangerous tonight. He's a good running back. He sees the cutback lanes and puts his foot in the ground and makes good runs.
Tullahoma, Jake Martin, number 28, 5'10", 175 senior in at defensive end. First and 10, Bobcats at their 34. Nolan Carson. Handoff Wilbur. Wilbur, this time buried in the backfield. Those ankles were grabbed by Ryan Denby.
Yeah.
And then DeCarlos Slaughter and Bo Banks and others help out. A loss of 2.
Well, Denby had a good game last week against Lawrence County, and that tough, hard-fought 14-10 loss at Grider Stadium. So the Cats looking to bounce back here tonight, and they need this win against the Bobcats.
Got to win both of these final games to finish 500. It has been 6 years. I believe your first year with me, Tullahoma finished 500. 10 minutes left to go in the third quarter. The Wildcats trail 13-3. Greenbrier second and 12 at the Bobcat 32. Carson rolls left. Carson's got some time. Little pass is incomplete, intended there on the near side, but a fine defensive play by Stroop to break it up. Third and long for the Bobcats.
It sure was. And speaking of fine defensive plays, how about Alante Taylor getting his first NFL start last night for the New Orleans Saints against DeAndre Hopkins and the Arizona Cardinals? Scott, he played very well last night.
Played really well, especially in that first quarter. Had a tackle, had a couple of passes defended against DeAndre Hopkins, and brought a pass interference, offensive pass interference against Hopkins.
Sure did.
Quite a feat for the rookie. 3rd and 12. Handoff Wilbur. Wilbur shoots through the middle of the gap, but is brought down by Colby Tucker at the 39. It's 4th and 5 for the Bobcats.
Well, that's a first down saving tackle there by Colby Tucker. So
Wilbur
we
was
needed
loose.
That. It's good to have him back. Yeah, so that's good open field tackle by Tucker. So Tullahoma looks like they're going to get off the field this first series on defense. Nice job by the Wildcat D once again. They've been a bright spot tonight. They played really well.
Greenbrier set to punt. Kai Johnson back to receive for the Wildcats.
Let's see if we can get a non-offensive touchdown, a punt return for a touchdown. We haven't had one all year. It's
Short
time.
kick. Johnson takes it at the 35, 40,
Go, Kai.
45, 50. Kai Johnson down to the Greenbrier 45-yard line. Great field position for the Wildcats. 20-yard punt return for Kai Johnson.
Tullahoma's best field position of the night. I believe this is the first time we've had it on their side of the 50, so to start a drive. So short field, 45-yard line. Let's see if we can get untracked here and figure out this first down, debacle we've been having on first downs in the first half. Just not being able to do anything on first down. Let's win first down here the second half, and hopefully that leads to some drive sustaining touchdowns.
Mason Bratcher is the quarterback. Evan Tomlin the tailback. 2 receivers left and 2 to the right. Bratcher hands it to Tomlin. Tomlin, not much room there, lost a yard.
No, they blew us up on the offensive line that time.
Nobody's running the ball with exceptional ability here early in this third quarter. A loss of 2 for Tomlin.
Loss of 2. Boy, they're really keying on us on first down. Boy, you go back and you look at and chart every first down. I bet we could be almost in negative on first downs.
Nathan DeLauder is in at quarterback for the Wildcats on 2nd and 12 at the Greenbrier 47.
Well, at some point you got to take a shot here. So maybe it's Ethan Hargrove here, isolated down here at the bottom of your screen on number 17 for Greenbrier.
Handoff Kai Johnson on the end around, and Johnson gets blown up on the near sideline. No gain on the play. 3rd and 12, Tullahoma. Nathan DeLauder will remain at quarterback for this 3rd and 12 play at the Greenbrier 47. 8:15 to go, third quarter. Tullahoma trails 13-3.
Got single coverage down here. Nate Castleman against Kai Johnson at the bottom. He's in motion. That's
Hargrove in motion. Hargrove. DeLauder fakes the handoff. DeLauder just straight up the gut. Picked up 3 yards. 4th and 9 for the Wildcats at the 44.
Strange play call on 4th and 12 or 3rd and 12.
Yeah. Grant Chadwick into punt for Tullahoma on 4th down and 9. Greenbrier sends Wilbur back deep with 7:45 to go in the third quarter. Cats just unable to get anywhere with a high snap. Chadwick pulls it down, gets the kick away. It's a very short kick. Takes a little Tullahoma bounce to the 20, down to the 17.
When Chadwick went down, he wanted to roughen the punter call.
Yeah, well.
I don't think we got it.
There's a flag on the play.
See if we catch a break here.
Call is roughing the kicker.
Oh, we'll take it.
Against Tullahoma. It's not the 15-yarder. Yeah. It's a touching the kicker, so it's a 5-yard penalty. That would set Tullahoma up at the 39 with a 4th and 4.
I think you caught a little break there. I think you got to go for it. I mean, 7:29, you're down by double digits, 10 points. I mean, how many times has Tullahoma gotten past the 50 tonight offensively?
Wildcats
one time.
Are bringing the offense back on the field.
Got to go for it right here, I think. Josh Hopperwood, we know that. That guy's a riverboat gambler, man. He likes going for them 4th downs.
So 4th and 4, Tullahoma at the Greenbrier 39. The Wildcats bring the offense back on the field. Mason Bratcher at quarterback.
Why not? You faked a punt to end the first half. Let's go for it here. 4th and 4, 7:29 in third quarter.
2 receivers split to the right. And there's a whistle blown. Flag on the play. And illegal procedure against Tullahoma, and they'll bring the punt team back on.
Yeah, you give it right back. Wow.
Get a break, and the Wildcats unable to hold their water. So 4th and 9, they'll kick it.
Yeah, that's just bad penalty there. Better inopportune time. They're all inopportune times. But
7:20 left to go, third quarter. Tullahoma trails by 10. Grant Chadwick's kick, high kick, hits at the 15, and down there by Tullahoma's Kai Johnson at the 11. So Greenbrier deep in their territory at the 11, but the Bobcats lead it 13-3.
Defensive battle, as this has turned out. Definitely a defensive battle.
Looks a lot like the Creekwood game. Looks a lot like the Lawrence County game.
Not a whole lot of yards in the passing game by either team. Tonight, not a whole lot of completions and minimal running game. I mean,
Tullahoma's passing game is really unable to get any sort of traction. One long pass from Kai Johnson to Ethan Hargrove been the majority of Tullahoma's passing yards tonight. Nolan Carson brings his team to the line at the 12-yard line. Handoff Wilbur. Wilbur wants to go left. Wilbur being chased to the sidelines. Great pursuit.
Oh, sure was.
By Tullahoma's defense. A loss on the play.
Tullahoma closed fast. They were getting those black helmets, the football on that one. 4 Wildcats converge on the play. Defense is really controlled this offense for Greenbrier since the first 4 minutes of the game.
A loss of 3. 2nd and 13. Bobcats back at their 9-yard line with 6:35 left to go in the third quarter.
Those TFLs adding up for the defense. Mounting.
Two
There's
receivers.
3 of them in the second half already.
To the right, 1 to the left. Nolan Carson back to throw. Here comes the pressure. Carson's trying to elude it. Carson just throws it away. Good decision by the quarterback as he was about to be dropped.
Well, it sure was.
Bronson Bunch back there in the backfield for the Wildcats. 3rd and 13, Greenbrier.
Well, and sometimes you don't have to sack the quarterback. If you just put him under pressure, and then when he gets ready to throw the ball, put your hands up as he did that time, it blocks the vision of the quarterback and calls errant passes. So 3rd and 13.
6:15 remaining third quarter.
Turnover time. We need a pick 6 right here. I'll take any player on the team in that defensive backfield. Just pick one, Scott.
Carson, 1 receiver, split to the left, handoff Wilbur. Wilbur knifes his way through the middle, over the 10 to the 14. Far short of the first down. Greenbrier will have to punt it away back to the Wildcats with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter.
That's 2 stops by the Tullahoma defense this half, and Kai Johnson's going to get another opportunity. He had a nice return on the punt last time. Had Tullahoma set up inside the Bobcat 50-yard line. Looks like we're going to have a great field position as Kai's just set up at the 42-yard line this time to receive this punt of the Bobcats.
Good snap. Kick is away. Oh, it's a wobbly kick off the side of his foot. Takes a great Greenbrier roll out to the 40, to the 45, and Tullahoma will once again have the same field position it had on the previous drive. 1st and 10 at the Greenbrier 45-yard line.
So Tullahoma's rotated quarterbacks tonight. Bratcher does have 2 interceptions. Primarily, I don't know if DeLauder's put the ball in there yet. Seems like he's primarily running the ball at quarterback. So we'll see what happens here, but we need points, at least 3 to cut it to 1-score game and have a shot in the fourth quarter.
Bratcher will take the field at quarterback here for the Cats. 1st and 10 at the Greenbrier 45. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Man in motion is Johnson. Bratcher, straight drop. Bratcher's going to tuck it. Now he rolls right, looking for somebody to throw it to. And Bratcher throws it to Greenbrier at the 35-40. Out to the 44-yard line. Greenbrier has intercepted Mason Bratcher for the 3rd time, and there's a flag on the play. Flag came out late. Looked late. May have been a late hit on the sidelines. The Greenbrier crowd went nuts.
They sure did.
We're a little blocked from this sideline view by the Greenbrier team. It is personal foul. Tullahoma. So Greenbrier is going to get.
Well, that adds insult to injury. Another 15 on top of that. So, what started good field position for Tullahoma, again, they take over at the 45-yard line, run one play, and turn the ball over, their fourth turnover of the contest.
Well, the Wildcats just can't get out of their own way here on offense.
Well, in the last drive, we get the running into the kicker and 5-yard penalty, have a 4th and 4, and they just self-destruct, have a penalty, and take it back and make it 4th and 9 and have to punt on that drive. So 2 squandered opportunities by the offense in this third quarter. Defense playing well. Offense, as you said, shooting itself in the foot, no doubt about it.
4 turnovers for Tullahoma tonight. 5:15 to go, third quarter. The Wildcats trail 13-3. And Greenbrier has it 1st and 10 at the Tullahoma 41-yard line. Nolan Carson on the keeper, and the quarterback to the 40, a gain of 1.
Well, the Bobcats trying to break the wheel of the Tullahoma defense on this drive. I mean, they've fought so hard just to stay in this game, but
there's only
they're having
so
to do it over
much
and over.
pressure.
Yeah, you bend, but you don't break. But everybody's got a breaking point, and you wonder if it's going to come on this drive or not.
We got a flag on the play. Let's see what the call is.
Big call here.
Personal foul, Tullahoma.
Oh.
So 15 more yards for the Greenbrier Bobcats.
The Wildcat coach is going to watch the film of this game and just shake their heads. Too many penalties, too many turnovers.
Ball is marked down at the 25-yard line of Tullahoma. That's where Greenbrier will have it 1st down and 10. Leading the Cats 13-3 with 5 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Well, remember, all 13 points that the Bobcats have so far set up on Tullahoma turnovers. They're trying to tack some more on now after Tullahoma's 4th turnover and 3rd interception.
Wilbur and Braxton Laney in the backfield, along with Nolan Carson for the Bobcats. Handoff Laney. Laney lowers his head, moves from the 25 down to the 23, a gain of 2 for Laney.
They're starting to look a lot like the Creekwood game. I think that score ended up 16-3 at home. This one 13-3. Just kind of a defensive battle where we get behind by a turnover or two and put us in the hole.
Offense just struggling. Greenbrier lines it up, 2nd and 8 at the Tullahoma 23. Carson hands it to Laney. Laney leaps over the defensive line and powers his way inside the 20 down to the 16. It's about a yard short of the 1st down. It is 3rd and 2, let's call it.
As the clock ticks down here in the third quarter, 3:41 to go. Third quarter. There's not been any scoring, Scott, since the first quarter of action.
Spotted at the Wildcat 16, 3rd and a short 2 for Greenbrier. Same set with Laney and Wilbur. And this is Laney again, and Laney just slithers his way down to the 11. That's a Greenbrier 1st down deep in Tullahoma territory.
Well, Tullahoma's in trouble now. You get the feeling we got to totally. Well, if you give up a field goal, 2 touchdowns, it keeps you in it. But if they score a touchdown here, you're in bad trouble.
Well, yeah, especially when you haven't been able to score a touchdown at all. Greenbrier, 2:45 to go, third quarter. 1st and 10 Bobcats at the Tullahoma 11. Handoff Laney. They're just going to it over and over. This time Hargrove sticks him for no gain.
No defense still playing, Scott. And that personal foul penalty hurt us.
Yep, and didn't see anything there. You wonder what that was.
And we had 2 personal fouls. Really, the change of possession on the interception, we got a 15-yard personal foul. So we give them 30 yards of penalties here on this drive. 2 personal fouls of the 15-yard variety. Those are Tough to overcome with 4 turnovers.
Wood and Wilbur now in the backfield for Greenbrier. Carson wants to throw, rolls right. Carson being chased. Carson's going to dump it over the middle, complete, but very little gain there. A yard, maybe 2 at the most by Nathan Robinson, the tight end, his first catch. A gain of a couple. 3rd and a long 7 for Greenbrier at the Tullahoma 9-yard line. Big play right here.
Yeah, sure is. Bobcats bleeding the clock as it now winds down to 1:28 in quarter 3. They're eating that clock up here this drive.
Jim, what about those Vols?
How about them Vols? Break a 16-game win streak. What about our new rapper? What about the rap song? Folks, you got to go to Gold Ball. You got to go to YouTube and check out Two Guys Kicking. That's the name of it?
Two Kids Kicking. Carson Nolan back to throw. Nolan tucks it down to run now. Nolan at the 10, at the 5. Nolan, touchdown, Greenbrier. Carson Nolan from the 9-yard line, just those long strides. With 57 seconds to go in the third quarter, he scores from 9 yards away. You can only put so much pressure on something before it breaks.
Yeah, 9-yard rush TD, and we talked to you about Carson Nolan's running ability from that quarterback position, and he got us on that one. That's now 19 points off Tullahoma turnovers. All the points tonight attributed off Tullahoma turnovers. They're making us pay for the turnovers, and that's what a good team does.
Only 1 turnover by Greenbrier. Extra point kick is up, and it's good. 57 seconds to play in the third quarter. Greenbrier leads Tullahoma 20-3. This is the Light Tube Sports Network.
This is Terry Stroop, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. Summer's about to wind down, fall's right around the corner. It's time to get signed up for your fall maintenance checks, and let's get out and support our local high school football this year. Let's go, Cats.
It's game day, and Coffee County Bank is here to support our Tullahoma Wildcats. Team up with Coffee County Bank for all your banking needs. Local people, local decisions, a community bank you can count on. Go Wildcats!
You, and this is you, and this, and this. You're a team, a quarterback, a running back, a kicker, a coach. You are champions. You're a flyer, a backspot, a base, a parent, and a fan. And you are part of this community, so no matter who you are or what you do, we're here to care for you. Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart and Hospital and Vanderbilt Health, making healthcare personal.
Well, Greenbrier takes advantage of their 3rd interception of the night and scores their 3rd touchdown of the night, all off turnovers. And the Bobcats now lead the Wildcats 20-3.
Well, and the offense had their opportunities. We had first down on their side of the field 2 times early in this quarter, set up by some really tenacious Tullahoma defense. One drive, neither drive could do anything. The second one resulted in the 4th interception, 4th turnover of the game.
Not complimentary football.
Nope.
Here is the kickoff. And it goes down to the Kai Johnson's just sitting there leaving the ball on the ground. And Johnson finally recovers it at the 3-yard line.
Oh.
It looked like Kai wasn't sure whether to pick it up or not. And that's a live football. So as soon as he picked it up, he was dropped at the 3. And that's where Tullahoma will have the football. Just one mistake after another. They're feeding off each other.
Yeah, that's a negative, or I'm going to be a little stronger with the language, disastrous special teams play there. You just don't feel the kickoff, and it settles down at your 3-yard line, so you're 97 yards away from the end zone. And an offense has turned the ball over 4 times, back on its goal line, and had a hard time moving the ball not long.
Bratcher is the quarterback. Bratcher hands off to Tomlin. Tomlin fights out of the end zone, gets back close to the line of scrimmage, but he lost a yard. It is 2nd and 11 at the 2.
Tullahoma's offense now with its back against the wall.
Big time.
Big time.
Wildcats have got to be able to get this ball out and be able to at least flip field position.
Mm-hmm.
As the third quarter clock runs down, 25 seconds to go. Tullahoma trails by 17 points.
13 on the play clock, so they will have to run a play here.
Bratcher hands it to Tomlin. Tomlin with a cutback, but Greenbrier stacks it up at the 4. And the third quarter has come to a close. We've played 36 minutes here, and it's been mostly Greenbrier. The Bobcats lead the Wildcats 20-3. You're watching Tullahoma football on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Tri-County Bank, the only community bank you'll ever need. Why? Because we're your friends and neighbors, and you like to bank with people you know and people who know you. We shop here, we work here, we love Tullahoma just as much as you do. Citizens Tri-County Bank, big enough to serve you, small enough to know you, and we value and appreciate our customers. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank you will ever need.
At Factory Furniture Outdoor Store, we carry the highest quality outdoor furniture at the guaranteed lowest price, offering top name brands like Summer Classics, Lane Venture, Hollywood, and more. With warranties up to 20 years, you'll be guaranteed to enjoy your furniture for years to come, offering wood-burning, electric, and gas fireplaces, pellet smokers, and top-of-the-line grills. We have everything you need to turn your outdoor kitchen, deck, pool, or patio into your very own paradise. So come see us at Factory Furniture Outdoor Store.
We begin the fourth quarter with Tullahoma 3rd down and 9 at its own 4-yard line. Mason Bratcher, the quarterback. Bratcher rolls left. Bratcher throws it far over the head of the intended receiver, and it's 4th and long. Tullahoma just unable to connect with receivers tonight. It's just not there in the passing game.
Yeah, it's just, there's no separation by our wide receivers in the route tree, that they're running on these defensive backs for Greenbrier. They just have us blanketed. Outside that one long pass we've had from that one trick play.
Grant Chadwick into a punt. He is standing in the back of the end zone. I mean, his foot
need a good snap.
1
here.
inch from the line. It's a good snap. Chadwick's kick is away. Nice kick. But takes a Greenbrier roll sideways at the 45. So a 36-yard punt by Chadwick. And Greenbrier has excellent field position at the Tullahoma 46-yard line.
Scott, Tullahoma, or the Tennessee Vols break the 15-year drought against Alabama. And you come out going Slim Shady and Sir Mix-a-Vol with a rap song on Go Ball Sports Monday night. Man, a big hit with all Tennessee fans and some Alabama fans. You did a great job on that. You wrote that in 30 minutes, man. It's a really credit to you, man, for that talent to be able to write like that and sing. And, man, I told my buddies, I said, you never know what kind of hidden talent somebody has, man. I thought that was really, really cool.
63-year-old rapper.
Yeah.
Greenbrier hands it off. Wood met at the line of scrimmage, got a yard maybe. Russell Simmons, Colton Tucker there for the Wildcats.
Well, this Wildcat team's young, minimal seniors. We lost 22 last year, won the state championship, and congratulations to Coach John Olive. He was named the TSSAA 2021-22 Coach of the Year in Tennessee high school football. So,
and congratulations to our friends down the road, the Coffee County Red Raiders. They won Region 6-3A last week, and they are headed to the playoffs.
Yes, they are.
Greenbrier now going to use as much time as they can and run it as much as they can. Wood picked up 2, maybe 3. I think Greenbrier's fine with that, Ken. Tullahoma's offense hasn't shown anything, so I think Greenbrier just run it in the middle, let the clock run, punt it away.
Yeah, they have total control. They have a lock on this game right now. I mean, the way they're playing, Tullahoma's offense is just being stifled by that Greenbrier Bobcat defense tonight.
3rd down and 7 for the Bobcats at the Tullahoma 43-yard line with 10:25 left to go.
Yeah, the offense mustering only a 30-yard field goal by Grant Chadwick in the first quarter, late in the first quarter, and that's the only time tonight once that they've been in the Cardinal zone on offense all night long.
High snap, Carson pulls it down. Here comes the pressure. He eludes the rush. Pass over the middle, complete. Great catch. I mean, a great catch by Nate Castleman for Greenbrier at the 32-yard line. It's a 1st down, Bobcats.
Well, that's gives them 3 to 4 more downs, and
Carson
that's detrimental for Tullahoma.
Showed some good arm right
there. Yeah, he did. So you wonder if this team, gets to the playoff. Gets to the playoffs, and they could. We were talking to one of their broadcasters pregame. They could actually end up number 2 if they can beat Marshall County next week.
I don't like their chances.
I don't either. But who knows? That's why you play them. Upsets happen sometimes.
9:30 left to go. Greenbrier 1st and 10 at the Tullahoma 32. Carson fakes short, now throws it short, complete. And no gain on the play. He really wanted to go downfield to Wayne Phelps, but Phelps was covered. He tried that little hitch and go, and Tullahoma held up well, so a short completion for no gain, 2nd and 10.
9 minutes and 9 seconds left in this contest. Tullahoma, just quite frankly, Scott, has not had the ball very much in this second half. They had those 2 early drives in the third quarter. They had it on the Bobcat side of the field, could do nothing with it, and 3 and out last possession.
When you give it to the other team, you don't keep it long.
No, you don't.
Greenbrier 2nd and 10 at the Tullahoma 32. Carson milking that clock, hands it off to Wood. Wood smothered in the backfield by Russell Simmons, DeCarlos Slaughter, Ezra Myers, and Bo Banks. It's a loss on the play of 2, maybe 3. 3rd and 13 Bobcats at the Tullahoma 35.
Wildcat defense still playing with pride. No matter what.
As are we.
Still
announcing with pride.
Yeah, no matter what the score is, they're just battling, They're behind 17 points on the scoreboard, but playing like it's a tie game, and
so
that's
this
what you want.
Gold Ball Sports rap thing, find that on YouTube.
Yeah, find it on
it's called
YouTube.
2 Kids Kicking.
Yeah, 2 Kids Kicking.
Carson rolls right. Carson looks downfield. Carson's pass intercepted Tullahoma. Intercepted Zane Hoff at the 35-yard line. Give it to the Cats.
There you go, Zane. Hey, we talked about that no quit in the defense. That's a great job. Tullahoma's second turnover tonight. They've had a fumble recovery.
There's a flag on the play.
Oh, a late flag. What is it going to be?
I don't know if it was a late flag. It's just a flag.
We were celebrating too hard, giving each other knuckles up here, and then the laundry falls. Hopefully.
Illegal man downfield against Greenbrier. So the interception will count. Tullahoma declines the penalty, and the Wildcats have the football at their 36-yard line.
So Zane gets him a pick.
7:50 left to go. Tullahoma needs 3 scores. Just 1 would be nice. Got to start somewhere.
Yep.
Tullahoma's just not gotten that passing game going tonight. None of the quick slants over the middle. Had one pass down the seam. Kyle Johnson threw it. He's not been involved in the downfield passing game, really. Mason Bratcher is the quarterback. Evan Tomlin, the tailback. Here's Johnson in motion. And Bratcher straight drop. Pressure. Bratcher rolls left, throws it away.
A good decision there. He was being rushed outside the pocket. 91 and 61 coming after him there for the Bobcats. 7:43 left. Tullahoma down 17 points, 20-3.
Big Trayvon Palmer leading the blocking there for Tullahoma. 6'4", 260-pound sophomore.
And hopefully Tullahoma can make strides as big as this Bobcat team is. Lawrence County, big team last week.
Tomlin tries to go right. Evan cuts it upfield, picks up 3, maybe 4, to the 39, a gain of 3.
Lots of these young men will return next season, and will be a year better and a year bigger and stronger. So hopefully
Flag on the
weight room will pay dividends for us for next season.
Holding against Tullahoma. And that will be a 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. The Wildcats continue their mistake-filled night with 7:35 to go in the game.
Plagued by turnovers and penalties.
There's a rap in there somewhere.
There he is.
So I'm just not going to write it. Bratcher has 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Greenbrier has just blanketed Tullahoma's wideouts. Bratcher looks deep, now has to run for his life. Bratcher is going to tuck it, get slammed on the far sideline. Bratcher took a huge hit at the 27. Bounces back up. That's good to see.
It sure is.
No gain on the play. 3rd and about 20 for the Wildcats.
Well, you can catch our full episodes on YouTube or Facebook Live every Monday night from 6 to 7. Go Ball Sports. We talk high school football some, but a lot of SEC football and NFL. NBA started. The Major League Playoffs, the Championship Series, and National American League are in action. So lots of sports to talk about and catch up on. We've had 4 episodes. Episode number 5 this Monday night.
3rd down and 19, Tullahoma. Bratcher to throw. Here comes pressure. Bratcher escapes 1 tackler. Bratcher's going to run at 35, 40. Bratcher to the 45. He's dropped at the 45. Nice run by Mason Bratcher, but he came up a yard or 2 short. It's 4th down. I think Tullahoma's got to go.
Yeah, no doubt. 6:55 to go. Got to go for it right here.
4th and 2 for the Cats at the 44. Clock ticks, 6:44 left to go. Tullahoma trails 20-3 here at Greenbrier High School. Wildcats are trying to hurry up. Finally, the official gets the ball set. 4th and 2. This is it for the Wildcats. Maybe their last hope. Time ticking. Slow developing play here for Tullahoma. Bratcher hands it off Evan Tomlin. Tomlin stopped in the backfield, lunges his way over the 45 to the 46, but he's about 6 inches short of that 1st down marker, and Greenbrier's going to take over.
6 inches short, says Eagle Eye. Let's see if the refs concur. They give it to him.
No, I think he did the wrong. I think he went the wrong way.
Yeah, I heard that.
Surely he went the wrong way. Tullahoma's offense stays on the field. Ken, they gave him that 1st down. They just gave it to us.
We'll take it.
They just gave it to us. This Greenbrier crowd can't believe it.
They can't, no.
6:05 left to go. Tullahoma 1st and 10 at the Wildcat 46, and there's a flag on the play. They may have just made 5 of those yards back up.
Yeah.
Or Greenbrier may have been talking, and maybe they'll get an unsportsmanlike.
We'll sure take it. We need 3 scores here in the last 6 minutes.
It's illegal procedure against the Wildcats. They just can't.
Go figure.
1 step forward, 2 steps back tonight for this Tullahoma offense. Beautiful night up here in Robertson County.
Is. Not too cold. It warmed up some today, so it's really pleasant weather. Not too cold for these young men or the fans or the refs or the chain gang.
Bratcher. Pass complete to Grizzard. Grizzard inside Greenbrier territory. Malik carries defenders inside the 45 down to the 42. That's a Wildcat 1st down. So 1st and 15. Tullahoma picks up 17. Cats got to keep moving fast. They don't have time to huddle. It's 5:35 to go, but they are huddling.
Nope, no time to huddle. Do have your full allotment of 3 timeouts, but you cannot huddle.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Bratcher, straight drop. Bratcher looking long, looking for Hargrove, incomplete, far over the head of Ethan, but there's a flag on the play on the far side. So I think I think Tullahoma's going to be the beneficiary of a defensive holding call here or pass interference. A lot of flags in this game.
Yes.
A lot of flags.
Flag fest.
Long conversation between the officials. We will get pass interference against Greenbrier. So Tullahoma getting some breaks here.
That's one way to move the football.
Time's running out, though. 5:13 to go. Cats trail by 17.
Get a right-footed spot and a PI. That works.
That does work. That was
look at all the lights over. What is that going on over there?
Tullahoma band.
That's cool.
That was Tullahoma's gotten a lot of breaks on this drive. Let's see if the Wildcats can convert it into touchdowns. Bratcher wants to go to Hargrove, incomplete out in front of Ethan. He got a handout on it, but that was it. 2nd and 10, Tullahoma. Clock stops with 5:08 left to go.
You know, some big games in the SEC tomorrow. LSU and Ole Miss. Ole Miss still unbeaten. Tennessee's got UT Martin. Tennessee still unbeaten. Are we looking at a possible SEC championship game between Ole Miss and Tennessee?
Bratcher screen pass to Tomlin. Tomlin fights his way down to the 20 before he's dropped. 3rd and short for the Wildcats.
Tullahoma on the move.
Clock keeps ticking.
Trying to cut the lead in half.
It's not coming down to 2 kids kicking.
No, it's not.
Spotted at the 20-yard line.
4:40 left.
Jack Dameron replaces Evan Tomlin at tailback. Bratcher splits 3 receivers to the left. Mason back to throw, looking left all the way. That pass incomplete, intended for Kai Johnson, just a little bit behind the sophomore. And it is 4th down and 4 for the Wildcats. And this now becomes the play of the game. Got to convert.
You need 3 scores. A field goal would make it a 2-touchdown game. Field goal from here would be 38 yards. Certainly within the range, but it looks like Tullahoma's going for it.
That field goal does you no good if you can get some touchdowns. Bratcher with Dameron at tailback. Bratcher, straight drop for Hargrove, complete to Ethan at the 10. Hargrove down immediately, but it's 1st down and goal to go Wildcats, and Hargrove is down.
Clutch 4th down conversion there. Nice pass by Bratcher to Hargrove.
There's a flag on the play. 4:19 left to go. Clock is stopped. Flag on the play. Hargrove got the 1st down. We'll have to see what the penalty is. We will take an injury timeout. 4:19 remaining. Tullahoma trails 20-3 on the Light Tube Sports Network.
On game night, winning is everything. But life's big wins happen off the field. When you win a heart. When you win their trust. When you win their respect. First Bank's community banking is perfect for life's big wins because of what we're big on. You. Make us part of your team for life's biggest wins.
We have 4 minutes and 19 seconds remaining. Tullahoma trails 20-3, but the Wildcats have it 1st down, and it actually looks like 1st and 10 at the 11, but there was a flag on the play, so still a little bit of some things to iron out here.
We certainly hope Mr. Hargrove's okay. Certainly one of the Tullahoma's best football players, and he's been fantastic the last 2 seasons. Plays on both sides of the football. And we've seen him in special teams returning punts, and we've seen him punt the football this year too when Chadwick was out.
He's a utility man.
He sure is. He can do it all.
So next week we will be back at Wilkins Stadium to close out the regular season against the Glencliff Colts. Hargrove being helped off the field by Tullahoma's training staff.
As the crowd applauds on both sides.
Boy, he's putting no weight on his right leg. 0.
Not good.
Not good. So let's see what the penalty was. It was against Greenbrier. So the ball at 5 yards is spotted off, and Tullahoma has it 1st down and goal at the 5-yard line. The Wildcats need to score like now.
Yeah, so the strategy is get the touchdown here and go for the onside kick, and you're probably going to have to recover 2 onside kicks.
Hey, we can do it.
Yeah, that's right.
Bratcher in the shotgun. Bratcher hands it to Jack Dameron, and Dameron is stuffed. Big Nathan Robinson throws Dameron for a loss.
Jack Dameron on the carry. Tackle for loss by number 19, Nathan Robinson.
You didn't like that call, did you?
Well, I'm just thinking from a time standpoint, down 17 points, you got to throw the ball to the end zone there because you can't have anything to make this clock tick here. Incomplete pass stops the clock, or touchdown. I think that's you got to go incomplete pass or touchdown, no turnover.
When you haven't run it for positive yardage the whole night, why start now?
That's right.
I agree with you. Got to throw it in the end zone. 2nd and goal, Tullahoma at the 8. Bratcher looks to end zone, now scrambles to his left, looks end zone, pass incomplete, intended for Malik Grizzard, but over Grizzard's head, and it is 3rd and goal at the 8 with 3:19 left to go.
Well, and if you get a holding call in the end zone, that'll put it down at the 1-yard line for you. So Tullahoma 8 yards away, 3:19. They got 2 downs to do it. As the Bobcats strike up some noise over the PA system.
Cats, 3rd and goal at the 8. Bratcher to throw. Bratcher sacked. And it's Nathan Robinson again. The Tennessee commit is taking over this game.
He sure
late.
has. He sure has. And, that's the potential that the D1 coaches look at. We were told before the game that he came down to his final 3 schools before he made his decision: Tennessee, Kentucky, and Ole Miss. So he picked Josh Heupel and the Tennessee Volunteers over Mark Stoops and Lane Kiffin.
It'll be interesting to see if when the time comes to offer scholarships, Tennessee picks Nathan Robinson.
Yeah.
Tullahoma 4th and goal at the 18-yard line. It's do or die for the Wildcats on this play. Bratcher, straight drop. Bratcher over the middle, incomplete, intended for Kai Johnson. And Greenbrier will take over on downs with 2:30 left to go, leading by 17 points.
Tullahoma's offense has had chances in the second half. The third quarter, first 2 drives, we're on defense, makes good stops. We're on their side of the field, can do nothing with it. We had an opportunity inside the Cardinal zone there and come away with 0 points.
Check. No question about it. Tullahoma's offense has had lots of chances. Greenbrier offense, chances came because of turnovers.
Yep, all 20 points of this game scored off Tullahoma 4 turnovers.
Woods just going to run it for a gain of 2. Greenbrier's just going to finish this off running it. Let's see if Tullahoma stops the clock. So far they have not. 2:10 left to go. Cats are going to fall to 3-6 on the year. 2-5 in Region 5 4A. Greenbrier is going to go to 5-4 on the year, 5-2 in Region 5 4A. I think they're going to the playoffs, Ken.
Yeah, I think they are too. Sure looks like it. And they played a good football game tonight. Give them credit. They forced turnovers.
And then took advantage of them.
And they turned their defense loose on us.
Handoff inside, boom. Big Robert Tatum meets him at the line of scrimmage and drives him backwards. But the clock keeps ticking.
The Tullahoma offense continues to struggle. So we've had a game we scored 7 points in, a game we was shut out against Pearl County, and then 2 games with 3 points. So that's 13 points right there in 4 games.
It's been a while since Tullahoma's offense. It's been a few years since Tullahoma's offense was this inconsistent. 60 seconds left to go in this football game. I'll go down and talk with head coach Coy Sisk at the conclusion of the game. Ken will give you a wrap-up, and I hope he'll give you a fast one because I got a feeling Coach Sisk not going to be talking for long. Handoff Greenbrier. Wood moves his way out for 7-8 yards. Just a couple of more plays, and this thing will be done.
Carson Wood on the carry for the Wildcats. For the 23-yard line.
30 seconds left to go. 4th down and 6 for Greenbrier. And the Bobcats are going to kick it away with 20 seconds left. And the Bobcats are going to beat the Wildcats here tonight. So some teams getting some payback for last year. Greenbrier's one of them. 9 seconds left to go, and the Bobcats take the timeout. We'll just keep it here. So, Ken, Tullahoma's playoff chances are over.
Yeah.
Postseason is not going to happen for the Wildcats. They got one game left against Glencliff. Should be a fun, easy victory. The Colts are 0-8 or 0-9 or whatever. They can't score. They can't stop anybody. So a 4-6 finish in a rebuilding year. First-year head coach. Lost the best senior class in school history. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's too awful bad.
No, it
just hurts when you see games like this because the Creekwood, Lawrence County, and Greenbrier games, if the offense could have just got something going, Tullahoma could have won this 3 games.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And, it's the defense has played well all year. And we hope, Hargrove is okay and can come back. Senior night's always special. So we expect a big crowd at Wilkins Stadium, our last home game. Hopefully we'll have good weather and close this thing out right with a win next week against the Glencliff Colts at Wilkins Stadium.
Glencliff punts it away. Greenbrier punts it away. Tullahoma's got 1.4 seconds to run one play, and this ball game will be over.
So we got maybe one more heave to the end zone here from the 35-yard line. I would say Bratcher definitely could throw the ball that far and get it to the end zone and see if one of these receivers can come down with it here.
And then we could get a penalty, and then we could get an onside kick, and then we could get a touchdown, and then get another penalty.
That sounds like a plan.
Bratcher hands it to Jack Dameron. Dameron picks up 5, 10, 12 yards, 8 yards. And that's it. This football game has come to a close. Your final from Greenbrier High School as the Bobcats celebrate the playoffs. Your final, Greenbrier 20, Tullahoma 3. Stay tuned for the wrap-up and a conversation with Coach Coy Sisk. You've been listening to and watching Tullahoma Wildcat football on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Tents and Events of Tullahoma is a local family-owned business. We have been serving Middle Tennessee for over 20 years. We love to support our local community and the Tullahoma Wildcats. We like to believe once you're a Wildcat, you're always a Wildcat. We specialize in weddings, birthday parties, and corporate events. Our family strives to constantly meet the changing wants and demands of the community by offering a one-stop shop for all of your event needs. Give us a call today so we can make your event that much easier.
We're back at Greenbrier High School where the Tullahoma Wildcats have lost to the Greenbrier Bobcats by the final score of 20-3 here tonight as the Wildcats fall to 3-6 on the regular season. They will close out their campaign for the 2022 season next Friday night, October 28th at home at Wilkins Stadium versus the Greenbrier Colts. So the scoring summaries tonight for Tullahoma in this game. Tullahoma managed only a field goal on the night, and that coming at the end of the first quarter after Greenbrier had put up 13 points in the first quarter. They capitalized on 2 Tullahoma turnovers in the first 4 minutes of the contest to go up 13-3. Neither team scored in the second quarter, so Greenbrier held a 13-3 advantage at the half. In the third quarter, the only scoring was a touchdown by the Bobcats Wildcats in quarter number 3 to make the lead 20-3. Tullahoma would not score in the second half. Matter of fact, Tullahoma did not score in the last 3 quarters. The only points tonight, a 30-yard field goal by Grant Chadwick. So things started out bad for Tullahoma. The 11-19 mark of the first quarter, they have a center snap over the quarterback's head that was recovered. They convert, just takes them one play to run 39 yards. And in one play on offense, Greenbrier led 7-0. So at the 11:08 mark. So also in the first quarter, Tullahoma threw their first interception of the game at the 8:55 mark. They take over the ball on the 32-yard line, and they would capitalize and score another touchdown and go up 13-0. The PAT was missed. That touchdown on a 3-yard quarterback run by Carson on a touchdown rush to push the lead to 13-3. So Tullahoma had 3 turnovers and 2 picks in the that led to 13 points off turnovers. Tullahoma losing on first down. Early in the game, Greenbrier winning on first down. Tullahoma second and long, third and long, all night long. Could not generate any offense. The biggest play of the game, actually in the first half, and for the game for Tullahoma, Kai Johnson gadget play, a razzle-dazzle pass to Ethan Hargrove, a big splash play for the Tullahoma offense, would put them in field goal range to where they did get that 30-yard field goal by Grant Chadwick at the 2:20 mark of the first half. That cut the score to 13-3, but just too much defense by Greenbrier. Tullahoma gets shut out the last 3 quarters of this game, and they lose it by a final score of 20-3. So Tullahoma is going to go home and try to win next week against Glencliff and finish the season on a win. We've got Scott Chastain down with head coach Coy Sisk on the field.
We're down on the field here at Greenbrier High School after the Bobcats' 20-3 win over the Tullahoma Wildcats with Wildcat head coach Coy Sisk. Coach, come out, turn the ball over 3 times in the first quarter, put you behind everything.
There's no doubt. We've got to do a better job of controlling the ball, keeping the ball, and figuring out ways to generate some points.
Coach, on the flip side, I thought your defense held up great through all that adversity. They just kept digging in, but in the long run, that turnover in the second half really sort of put the nail in it.
Well, and as we went through it, though, guys keep getting after it there to the very end. So, that's what I'm proud of them for right now. There's no quitting this bunch. They battled from buzzer to buzzer tonight.
Coach, no Sheffield tonight. Any update on Jackson?
Not right now.
And then a little quarterback swapping back and forth. You just looking for a spark there, or what was the thinking?
Absolutely not. We know Nathan DeLauder is really good at a lot of things. And thought that we could use him in some packages this week. Both of these guys are, they're not polar opposites, but I'm going to tell you they both possess different skills, and thought we'd be able to use that a little more than we did tonight, and it just didn't work out the way we wanted it to, Scott.
Coach, you got Glencliff next week to finish the regular season. The Colts, obviously a struggling team. It'll be nice to get back to Wilkins Stadium and highlight your seniors.
Well, we really look forward to getting back home, and look forward to getting that last game. So I just told the guys, we're promised this last one, and that was it for the 22 group. So we're going to go back and do what we do, try to get in another good week of practice, and can't wait to see everybody out next week.
Coach, we always appreciate your time.
Yes,
have a safe trip home.
Thank you.
Coy Sisk, the head coach of the Tullahoma Wildcats. Greenbrier wins it tonight, 20-3. For the Light Tube crew and Ken Keller, I'm Scott Chastain. Be good to each other.